How can I show Canadians that my business has what it takes? Click here the subscribe button, set up the alert, and click the like button if this video is good for you. So what I see that works really in Canada is like an upfront, thorough homework about the expectations of the client. So when you walk into a client, not understanding first what is that's important to them, this opens the door to all sorts of little objections at the time that they start to keep raising. And if we don't address them, that becomes irritating factors that just compound on top of each other and makes them decide not to buy from us. Even though when the solution we have is a perfect match for a need or a desire that the client has. So it's really important to make it easy for the client to buy from us. The way we make it easy is knowing what they need. And that comes from all those informational interviews that we talked before. So like we need to provide comfort through familiarity. What that means, typically, there's this concept about social proof, which is if somebody's going to buy something from me, they will feel much better knowing that their neighbor already bought it and is happy about the product. We really need to make the client comfortable about buying what they are supposed to buy from us. And that comes from our research, comes from social proof. It comes from us being prepared. Let's say we don't have social proof. We're just starting in a new market, or let's say we still have some homework to do to deliver, but we showing that we are prepared and they were willing to adapt can go a long way. Sometimes it doesn't work. They still say, yeah, come back when you're ready. But sometimes they say, well, you know what? You were listening to me. Yeah, let's give it a shot, especially if they have that early adopter mindset. So it's always important to have that plan and that commitment to step up so that they feel we're going to take care of it. We're not just trying to take their names from a list of prospects and move to the next sale. So what the client is really trying at this point is like they're trying to assess if they can trust your business. That's why they're raising all these little points in the beginning, right? Because it becomes like, how can I show Canadians that my business has what it takes? If they start to ask all sorts of questions, say, oh, but do you have this? But do you have that? Do you have that? And we start to feel a little irritated because they're diverting the conversation from the key value proposition that I know it's great, and they keep raising all these little things around the value proposition. What they're really trying to do is they're trying to test if they can trust you, especially if your business is from a different country, you're the Canadian subsidiary of somebody else, or if you were born and raised in a different culture. They want to know, like, do they represent a flight risk? Are they going to be here for the long run? If I buy them from them now, but what happens if I need it again next year? Or if I buy just this amount, but if I need to double, can they deliver? They want to check your reliability, and they want to see if they can trust you. That's why they keep asking certain questions about your capacity and hypothetical scenarios. They also want to know if you cut corners. Okay, what's your policy of this, and how do you deal with that? They really want to know if you are good at dealing with a certain framework, because for them, the buyer, it's important. They have their own framework. They want to know if you can work with their framework. Like, do you have a clear plan of how you're gonna fulfill their needs if their needs evolve? And in the end, they want to know, are you committed to your Canadian operation? Are you investing to grow? Everybody wants a supplier that is committed and looking to the future, not somebody that may not be around next year. That's where people start to shop around and say, well, these guys, yeah, they seem like what they sell is good, but not sure they're going to be around a year from now, and I need a reliable supplier. So that's why we say here, to show Canadians that your business is ready, you can come on board our platform, Your Business in Canada here. We guide you through this process so you can show them that your business is ready, that we walk you through these steps, and you do that together with other people that are part of a similar journey than yours. So what I hear from business people is that it seems like they're making excuses not to buy from us. That's where this feeling comes from. Like, they want to know if my business has what it takes, but really it sounds like they are making excuses. And they're not really making excuses. They're just trying to get their comfort level going, right? Canadians tend to be very conservative and very risk averse. They want proven formulas. They want track record. So especially if you are bringing your business to Canada now, or if you were not in a certain line of business before, you're talking to a new client base or a new geography, anything that's new, people will look and say, well, but how do I know? Do you have ready and accurate demos, like samples, showroom? People like to see and touch. If it's something that has a physical presence, they don't want to see it on a screen. They don't want to see a catalog. Important to have, for example, one-pagers, because and people say, oh no, it's impossible. What we do is too complex to condense in one page. Well, the problem, especially when you're going through cold calling people don't want to look through 18 pages of your presentation, or they don't want to go to click on the links and go on your website and read the descriptions of why they should buy from you. No, they want something quick, especially if they can pull on their own phone while they're waiting for their train or they're the lineup in the grocery store. We don't know when people will find time in their busy schedules to make a quick decision if they want to have further meetings with us or not. That's why the one pager is super important. It's, of course, in one page, you cannot capture all the complexities and all the depth of your solutions, your product or service, but we need to make an effort. We need to make an effort to create enough curiosity on the other side so they look at that and say, maybe I should meet with this guy. Okay, let's book a meeting. And then you're going to have the opportunity to give a more detailed presentation, a more convincing one. But one pager is very important. The other thing that's very important is like success cases. People like to see that what you're selling has already worked for other people. Numbers, what's the impact when you sold your product or service? It changed a reality that client had. They had a certain situation, something got better, something got worse, right? Or hypothetically or in practice. And we need to be able to tell people, yeah, this is what happened when they bought from us. Things got better by 20% or got cheaper by 20% or something like that. We need to be able to show. Canadians love to see numbers. Oh, this is an accident prevention device. And before hiring us, they had 3 accidents per year. And now it's been 3 years without any accident. That's the kind of very tangible information that is valuable, especially in those early contacts. Make people say, maybe I should open a time in my schedule to talk to this guy. Maybe they're not just like a telemarketer trying to, like sell something else that I get like 50 emails per day about different things. People want to know that you have that Canadian experience with similar clients in this geography, because that's the familiarity. You think, okay, you have clients like me. You have the experience of fulfilling the needs of people that are very similar to me. So chances are you're going to do a good job for me as well. So anyways, there's a lot of requirements that have nothing to do with what we sell, but they contribute to the other side having that feeling of comfort that we can be a good supplier. And sometimes they may ask you about, okay, what insurance policies do you have? Or what are your corporate policies about, I don't know, environmental or anti-money laundering. God knows, we don't know, right? So to show Canadians that your business is ready, you can have help. Come on board our platform here, Your Business in Canada, and we're going to guide you through the process. Click the link on the description.